this news dropped 3 days ago. And for those of you that don't know, the U.S., Mexico, Canada are going to all try host the 2026 World Cup, Men's World Cup coming up here. And they dropped the names of the cities that have a potential to host said games. And if you don't mind, I'd like to run down the list.
Please do.
So we'll start in the U.S., alphabetical. We got Atlanta, Baltimore, Boston, Cincinnati, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Kansas City, LA, Miami, Nashville, MetLife Stadium, Orlando, Philly, San Francisco Bay Area, Santa Clara, that nonsense, Seattle, and DC for the U.S. Canada, Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, and in Mexico, Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey.
It's fantastic.
And I was trying to think of what would be the good sites that actually make sense, not only from just stadium. You got to look at the other stuff too. Are there restaurants? Are there enough hotels in the city? Does it make sense?
MetLife.
MetLife's going to be one. MetLife would probably, I would say, maybe the semifinals or quarter.
Yeah, you have to get that New York metro area. You're not going to put it at Red Bull Arena.
I'm going to cross I would say a few off the list rather than on. I would say
Cincinnati. Bye-bye.
I would say Cincinnati out. I would say Baltimore.
Although they're getting that new stadium. But
it's going to be at a football. It's going to be at Paul Brown.
Yeah. It wouldn't. Oh, so it wouldn't even be at their new MLS stadium.
It depends on what they want to do with attendance. Do they want to fill?
That's true. Yeah, yeah. So Knicks Cincinnati.
I would say Knicks Baltimore. I don't think that would be one. I would say Atlanta definitely has been running.
Eddie would be disappointed.
Well, he's got Philly right up the road. They're gonna get
he can get there.
Philly will get a.
Philly's got to get it too. Philly's got to get it, man.
Can you imagine how awesome that would be?
Oh man, I would love to go to a World Cup game at the link.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't even have to be U.S. Even if the U.S. got sent to the West Coast, I don't care. Anybody, just any two teams. That'd be great.
Philly's, I would say, is a pretty good bet. I would say Atlanta probably is a good bet.
Yeah, with that stadium, definitely.
I would say Dallas. Jerry Jones is probably going to be
Jerry's World is. Oh yeah.
The only thing that pisses me off is
field in there.
All these football stadiums are artificial turf and this next turf. You don't see a lot of grass stadiums.
Yeah. There's not much.
And they're going to put stupid grass sod over the top, and the ball's going to just be so slow. Unless they do where it's in soccer specific stadiums, but you're not going to hold as many people.
Right. Yeah. They're going to want to be able to put a 60, 70,000 attendance, not a 30,000 attendance.
Right.
So, yeah.
I would say Denver's probably out. I don't think Denver would win a bid. Houston might.
I just don't want to see all the same ones from World Cup '94. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like it's got to get.
The major markets are going to get it, like New York, LA.
Of course, the major markets are going to get it, but we also talk about too, you and I, in the past, where we need to get it more, a few markets more centralized in America, to where when we have a home game, we're not the away team.
Right. Well, that's why they're gonna throw the U.S. in Kansas City, where they've been successful.
Right. Because you put U.S. up against a lot of countries in a market like Los Angeles or New York, and you're gonna get people that support that country. As you get outnumbered in those games. There's a lot of times where we've seen games where we're like, are we really playing on U.S. soil right now? Because it seems like,
Well, New York would be the same way though too.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree, and that was that way during World Cup '94 when those games up at the old Giants Stadium. It was like heavy Argentinian fan base, heavy. You're gonna get that in those locations. It's great, but at the same time, like you want when the U.S. is playing, you want it to seem like we're actually playing on home soil.